name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
It is a gorgeous New York night, and we are happy to have you with us as second round action at the U.S. Open features this matchup between Jasmine Paolini, who you just saw on your screen, and the 17-year-old Iva Jovic, the young American looking for a breakthrough result. As we are ready to go, in fact, just underway, only a few points in to this second round match, and what an intriguing match it is. Jasmine Paolini, of course, once a Wimbledon and French Open finalist, has never made it to the quarterfinals here in New York at the U.S. Open. Perhaps this is her year to make a deep run here in New York. For Iva Jovic, perhaps it is her night for a big breakout. She is into the second round here through an impressive opening round victory on Monday over Sasnovich, 7-6 and 6-3. She is looking for what would be a sizable upset win here tonight. Paolini is serving in this opening game, and she will have a game point at 40-30 after a Jovic backhand error. Paolini seeded 7th from Italy. Jovic, a former juniors doubles Grand Slam champion, a couple of times, in fact, as Paolini serves to the forehand of Jovic. They get a rally started here at 40-30, and Jovic strikes a forehand up the middle, looped back by Paolini, cross-court from Jovic. Paolini defends it back as she's so good at doing, scoops a backhand and misses it long, so we're at deuce here in this opening game. Starting the prime time slate here on this Wednesday. Jovic, before coming to New York for the Open, got to the round of 16 in Cleveland. In fact, picking up an impressive win over Anastasia Potapova in Cleveland before losing in 3 sets to Ann Lee. Paolini serves, kicks one in up the tee, shoveled back by Jovic. Forehand sharply hit by Paolini. Good depth from Jovic. Cross-court from the Italian, who now strikes a forehand winner up the line. Advantage to Paolini. And then before that, Jovic did win a couple of matches in Cincinnati, including a marquee victory over Linda Noskova to make it to the round of 32, where she lost in 3 sets to Barbara Krejcikova. Here's Paolini with a game point. Backhand return from Jovic, off forehand from Paolini. Staggered back by Jovic, who continues to pound away at that backhand wing. Paolini loops the backhand back. Cross-court goes Jovic, steered up the line Paolini. Running squash shot floats long from Jovic, and Paolini holds serve to start this second round encounter. Again, Jovic, just a teenager and has a couple of years left of being a teenager at age 17. She is so extremely young. Grew up in Southern California to Serbian and Croatian parents, and as I mentioned, she has twice won a junior doubles Grand Slam title. doing so last year in Melbourne and at Wimbledon. Trying to make it happen on the singles route. Here is Jovic, and hopefully will have a long and successful career in front of her. And as we said, for a young player that does not have that big breakthrough win yet, maybe tonight is the night. Big breakthrough kind of a win on a big stage would certainly be a huge win on a big stage here tonight. She serves for the first time off the let cord, ricochets wildly out of the service area. Second serve coming here for Jovic, who puts it into the Paolini forehand. Backhand cross-court and short by Jovic. Shoveled back by Paolini. Deep up the middle from Jovic, who now goes with a big forehand. Goes too big on it, however. Misses long, as that just never would dip down for her. I mentioned it is a beautiful night. 72 degrees here in New York. Wonderful time of the year where finally some of this heat that the east coast of the United States has been swarmed with all summer long starting to break. First serve at 102 into the net from Jovic. At the far end, here she goes, falling into the service motion on a second. Paolini makes the return. Forehand up the middle and short by Jovic. Forehand, good approach shot there from Paolini. Jovic unable to get it back in play, and it's love 30. For Jasmine, the French Open and Wimbledon finalist from 2024, she had a great run to the final in Cincinnati and then put up a really good fight against Iga Swiatek in that final, losing 7-5 and 6-4. Jovic serves out wide, connects on that one. Paolini's return floats wide. She beat Coco Gauff on her way to that Cincinnati final. Beat a lot of big names, in fact. Maria Sakkari, Kruger, Krejcikova, then Gauff, and then that three-setter in the semifinals against Veronika Kudermetova, before eventually falling in the final to Swiatek. Serve up the tee, Jovic misses. Before that, she lost very early in Montreal in the first match that she played. She dropped a third set tiebreak to Ito. 15-30 serve, Jovic kicked in. Paolini protecting that backhand and hitting a forehand winner cross court. So Paolini with a return winner earns a couple of break points here in her opening return game. Of course, that run in Cincinnati, much needed for Jasmine after a couple of really disappointing results in a row. As Jovic down 2 break points serves into the net. Mentioned the early exit in Montreal. Before that, a very disappointing second round exit at Wimbledon as the reigning finalist. Second serve, Jovic puts it in. Paolini guns a backhand return, but misses it long as Jovic is able to save 1 break point, another one to go. Jovic looked very mature for her age in that first round win over Sasnovich. Serves here, good depth on it. Paolini floats a return back. Big backhand Jovic. Backing up the middle from Paolini. Forked cross court by Jovic into a good rally here. We know how Paolini loves to win these points in lengthy rallies like this. Sharp backhand there by Jovic. Hits another one to the backhand of Paolini. And into the net there goes Jovic. So Paolini grabs an immediate lead, gets the break, and is ahead 2-love. So Paolini straight away with the edge here on the 17-year-old. Glad to have you with us. This second round matchup here at the U.S. Open. We'll pull up the chat section here. As Paolini serves here, Jovic strikes a backhand on the return. Up the middle from Paolini. Off forehand, Jovic. Shoveled back from Paolini. The backhand by Jovic into the net. Of course, Paolini had that once-in-a-lifetime kind of picture grabbed of her in her first-round match that she won in straight sets over Destiny Ayava. That has kind of gone viral. High ball toss, serve here into the net from the Italian. Here's Paolini again serving up the tee. Jovic reaches for the return and makes it. Cross-court backhand, terrific from Paolini. Jovic trying to defend it back, does. High, looping, hanging ball, letting it drop. Paolini hits an overhead winner. That ended up bouncing into the seats. 30 love for Paolini. So we get some other scores for you on your screen as you watch along. Mention going to bring up the comments here to try to get caught up on that. I know you know the story. If you've been here, if you've watched along with me, you know how I'm always pretty slow to getting to the comments section. Thank you. As Paolini serves this one into the backhand of Jovic. Big return by Jovic, and it's on the line. It's a return winner. 30-15. Jovic twirls the racket in her hand as Paolini serves out wide. Jovic a backhand return. Backhand quickly scattered back there by Paolini. Jovic wanting to step into a big forehand, but she puts it into the mesh. And it's 40-15. Jake is here with us. Hi to you. Doing well. Hope you are. Sport and Politics is here. Says hi. Think this will be easy for Paolini. Certainly she's hoping so. Serves here to the backhand of Jovic. It's a let on the serve. That run in Cincinnati to the final, and then her performance in the final against Swiatek has to give her some real confidence coming in. First serve here misses. She really needed that, like I said, very disappointing second-round exit of Wimbledon, and then even worse, perhaps a first-round exit in Montreal. Jovic a good return here, turning the screws, and Paolini hits it off the frame of the racket by the looks of it. And that misses long. It's 40-30. And now Paolini to serve again, looking for a 3-love lead. Goes up the tee here at just 94 and misses it. Second serve is there. Jovic with a sharp backhand return. Misses it long, though. So Paolini holds for a 3-love lead. And yes, Maria Sharapova into the Hall of Fame. That's been a highlight of the last few days. Very. And how interesting was it to see Serena Williams be the one that that came out to the microphone to introduce her. That was a great moment. Everyone loved it. And Sport and Politics also says, I know you get asked a lot about your favorite sports to commentate, but would love to know about challenges of NASCAR or motor racing. Saw it on your Twitter. Okay, very good. Yes, I do get asked a lot, what's my favorite sport or what's my favorite sport to commentate on? And I always struggle to answer that question because it's all there. I love doing them all, but racing is certainly one that I love doing. That's towards the top of the list for sure. Jovic serving here. Paolini, good return with the forehand. Back on up the middle from Jovic. Good depth by Paolini, who then strikes a forehand. Cross court goes Jovic. Steered on back by Paolini, but it goes long. Jovic really needs to hold serve here. Already down a break at 3-love and struggling to find her footing here on this big court on Armstrong tonight. Here she goes at 15-love. Serve up the tee off the let cord. Ricochets out. You can see on your screen Mertens looks to be on her way against Sun. 6-2 and 4-2 up against Lulu. Jovic at 15-love, goes up the tee, great serve there. Paolini reaches for it but can't make contact with it. So Jovic powers up, an ace to get to 30-love. Rybakina with a strong win earlier today. And we're streaming. This is when I'm commentating. I like to have the match straight in front of me on the laptop to get the best view I can as Paolini again reaches for a forehand return that she puts into the net. So because I have the match that I'm commentating on here, when it comes to tennis or something like basketball or football, when things are going on simultaneously, I can have the second screen up. Second screen is on ESPN, who of course are showing Alcaraz, who's walked out with the shaved head, as serve out wide from Jovic is a let. So Alcaraz just underway against Bellucci. So 2 Italians on the big courts here tonight. As here goes Jovic again. And once again off the let cord. This time, though, goes flying out, so it'll be a second serve. And here it is from Jovic. Puts it into the backhand of Paolini. Aggressive on the return. Paolini misses long, so Jovic is on the board at 3-1. Yes, so yes, Jake and I, we love dogs. So the last time I was on, a couple of weeks ago in Cincinnati, was talking about my dog Duke. I'm not going to talk about this long because I physically can't. Did lose him yesterday. He battled hard, but did have to make the tough decision to put him out of any pain. So dogs get brought up a lot when I'm on here, I know. And he made an appearance when I was on a couple weeks ago in Cincinnati. And I'll stop talking about it because, again, it was yesterday. So I can't talk about it very long without this turning into a train wreck of me just getting emotional. Paolini at 15-love, serving into the net. At the far end, here's the second serve out wide. Jovic really steps into that backhand return, and Paolini's backhand rifled up the middle goes long. It's 15-all. Sarah Arani watching along in the stands as here's the serve from Paolini. Jovic makes the return, and Paolini with a shank on the forehand flies off the frame of the racket and lands well long. So Jovic is into this return game at 15-30. Arani, of course, a French Open finalist. You all should know by now who she lost to in that final. Served by Paolini. Backhand return steered cross-court by Jovic. Shuffled on bat by Paolini. Jovic sticks the backhand. Cross-court Paolini. Backing up the line now by Jovic. Paolini changes direction. Forehand cross-court. Another forehand by Paolini. Jovic defends it back. Paolini cross-court the forehand. Jovic on the run. Sharp-angled forehand. Paolini with a drop shot, but she has pushed that into the net. And Jovic down a break. A chance to get back on serve here. It's 15-40. So a couple of break points for the teenager here. Paolini serves down break point. Misses into the net. Clenched fist of Jovic as she readies herself here. Second serve, Paolini puts it in. It was a great serve. Wow. Great spin on it. Jovic's return is into the net. And a break point saved by Paolini. It's 30-40. Still a chance to get back on serve here for Jovic, trying to take whatever opportunity she's given tonight. Paolini really strikes that serve. Great return by Jovic at a great angle. Paolini defends it back. Jovic steps into a cross-court forehand as she found the line on that no. She's missed it by a whisker. Paolini, great amazing job on the angle that she was given with to get that back. Jovic had a lot of court to work with, but she didn't have a lot of time. Stepped into it and harpooned it wide. Paolini makes this serve. Jovic on the return. Oh, but Paolini's forehand bounces up to the net, and Jovic again with a chance to break. Third break point now in this game for Jovic. Here's Paolini. Comes down under the service motion up the tee. The return by Jovic clipped the let cord. It hangs up. Paolini gets to it and stashes it away quite easily with the forehand as she's able to knock that one straight past the 17-year-old and save yet another break point. So 3 break points saved here in this game by Paolini. Trying to get a 4-1 edge as she tries to hold on to this lead. She was able to get right away. Apologies. Computer is trying to... every now and again, just once it feels like once every night, this computer seems to have a mind of its own. I'm not sure if it's attempting to do an update or what in the wide world of sports it's trying to do, but anyway, I'll try to tap dance my way through it. This has been an impressive summer, last couple of weeks of the summer, as I mentioned, for Paolini, who has been able to hold serve. So staving off the break points. Paolini holds for 4-1. Very good. I think we're good to go now. Or we're back to being good to go now. Thank you. Oh, I do love it when the computer just decides to take over and do whatever it's trying to do. I think it's trying to do an update or something. I have no idea. Who do you think is winning the men's singles title? Yannick, Carlos, or someone else? I think everyone seems to believe it's Sinner's to lose. I always fall back on, there are so often in sports where when we think we have it all figured out, it turns out we don't. But it does feel like everyone believes that Sinner is just a runaway favorite here. As Jovic serves, backhand return by Paolini is launched long. Jovic serving down a break still at 1-4. Could not find a way to convert any of those break points to get back on serve. So still chasing the game here is Jovic, who goes up the tee, misses. Yes, Man United. Holy cow. Each passing day, Sir Alex Ferguson looks like an even bigger legend than we already thought he was. As Jovic serves, backhand return from Paolini. Up the middle from Jovic with great intent. Paolini defends it back. The backhand by Jovic. Paolini goes to the forehand and misses into the net. It's really quite incredible that post Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement, just how terrible they've been. I mean, they've won the FA Cup a couple of times. That's not nothing. But just, they've been overall terrible since he left. It's quite ridiculous. Really good serve there by Jovic, and the forehand flies long on the return by Paolini. Yeah, there you go. Even the defeats. It's a terrible one today. They were down 2. I was at work, saw they were down 2-0. And I guess clawed back and then lost on penalties. What a absolutely terrible. There's an ace out wide by Jovic. Holds for 4-2. Just staggering to see what's happened to the club. It's obviously a tremendous win for Grimsby. They'll be apologizing for nothing, and neither should they. And even though it is against a downtrodden Manchester United club, it is a win for Grimsby in a competition against Manchester United, which means the world to their supporters and their the entire program. Paolini serves here and misses. But very hard to be a Manchester United fan these days. And it just makes you wonder. As Paolini misses the second serve, it's a double fault. At least it makes me wonder, as I've had absolutely zero geographical tie to them or any other European club. It just makes you wonder why I just don't become a Liverpool fan or something. But that would feel wrong, wouldn't it? That would just feel unfaithful. It would be unnatural. As Paolini with the serve, Jovic able to make the return into a rally here. Paolini leans back and slaps a forehand, and then Jovic with a forehand cross court misses wide. It's 15-all. Yeah, you just can't change allegiances like that, right? Yeah, it's not natural as a sports fan. 15-all. Paolini serves. Jovic able to make the backhand return. Paolini waits and lines up the backhand. Now goes with a forehand up the middle. Cross court, Jovic strikes a winner. Forehand winner well hit there by Jovic. It's 15-30. By the way, if Sport and Politics is still here, if you're still watching and listening, I would like to know your thoughts on what you saw in the motorsports world over the weekend, because it was a heck of a weekend. Jovic slaps the forehand return, gets into a rally, forehand up the line from Jovic is good. Paolini can't get it back. That forehand misses long. So here we are again, second straight return game for Jovic that she's going to have break points. She had 3 break chances in the last return game and could not convert. She'll have 2 right here as it's 15-40, at least 2. Trying to even this match up again. Paolini serves. Jovic with a backhand return. Backhand up the middle from Paolini. Whoa, that just dipped onto the line. And Jovic can't make the backhand. It's into the net. And then Jovic stands back, hand on her left hip, just staring at the spot on the floor where the ball hit. She's now 0 for 4 on break points. Paolini trying to save another one. First serve is there. Jovic with the forehand. Backpedaling forehand Paolini. Big forehand by Jovic, and she goes cross court with it and misses. Oh, a bit too impatient there, the teenager was, unfortunately. Because I think if she had just had a little bit more patience, she could have worked her way into having some good looks in that point. But tried to end it quickly and missed. It's back to deuce. Paolini serves to the forehand of Jovic, which is again well struck. Into a rally we go. Cross-court Paolini into the deuce court, and Jovic stashes that forehand into the middle of the net. And now Paolini has advantage, and this is starting to get really frustrating now for the teenager. 0 for 5 on break chances is Jovic, and Paolini with a point for 5-2. Another high ball toss. Serve is down. Backhand return by Jovic, sharp angled. Now she goes cross court with it again. Jovic just made the line. Paolini shovels it back. And Jovic had a lot of court to work with. Tried to go back door, but she overcooks the forehand, and it's long. And Paolini is held for 5-2. So in the last 2 service games, Paolini has saved 5 break points. And she is still up the break at 5-2. Well, there's no doubt about it moving forward into this match. Jovic has created chances. She's had her chances. Unfortunately, there's been a couple of times, and especially in that last game, where you can kind of sense during the point some impatience. And when you're a young player, and I don't even know if it's when you're a young player, when you're a player in general, and you get 5 early break points, and you go 0 for 5 on them, start to get annoyed. So Jovic will serve to stay in this first set. as Jasmine Paolini tries to wrap it up. Alcaraz out to a quick start, I see on the second screen. 3-love up on Bellucci. They just flashed up that Casper Ruud lost in 5 sets today. I haven't been able to completely catch up on all the scores. Casper Ruud, bless him. Good serve by Jovic out wide. The return into the net from Paolini. There are just some players that just refuse to learn how to play on any other surface than clay. Here's Jovic at 15-love. Serves to the Paolini forehand. Wow, what a return. Paolini just smoked that up the line, a winner, and it's 15-all. Let's see. Do you think Sharapova would hang with the top players today? Like Iga and Arena. I do love how we always have one Maria Sharapova conversation when I'm on here. Here's Jovic with a serve into the net. Listen, in her prime, Maria, and particularly before the shoulder surgery, spectacular. I think she could have hung with any of the players in today's game. As now my Ring doorbell is going off. Is someone at my door? Is the question I'm now asking. Paolini has won that point to go to 15-30. Yes, it would appear someone is at the door. Okay. Jovic at 15-30. Toss up, serve down. Out wide, Paolini makes the return with the backhand. Up the middle goes Jovic. Paolini with a forehand. Good depth on it. Nope. Has missed long. And it's 30-all. Ghosty. Can't stay long, but says hi. Very good to at least have you here for however long you can be with us, as Jovic serves at 30-all into the net. Second serve, Jovic puts that in. Paolini's return is hit awkwardly into the net, and it's 40-30. Taylor Townsend won today, beat Ostapenko today. Good for Taylor. There are some of these scores that I'm just seeing for the first time. If I wasn't able to keep up with a particular match point by point at work, I have not seen updated scores. Serve out wide by Jovic. Paolini makes the return. Jovic steps in. Backhand winner up the line. Good 1-2. Jovic holds, stays in the set. It's 5-3. Azarenka 6-3 and 6-3 over Pavlyuchenkova. I did see Iala losing today. She's going to be something, I think. Iala. And I don't think I'm alone in that, as Paolini now serving for the set. Jovic makes the return into a rally. Big forehand by Jovic, and that put Paolini on the defensive. Couldn't get the forehand back. It's love 15. Here's Paolini. Love 15 misses the first serve. Yeah, Ostapenko, you never know what you're going to get from her. And then, like I said, Ruud losing. Just not shocked by any kind of loss from Casper Ruud anymore. Unfortunately, as we're into a rally here. Good ball striking by both. Jovic going to come to the net. Oh, and she misses the volley. Volley is popped into the net. Rinderknecht 5 sets today over Davidovich Fokina. 15-all. Paolini, high ball toss again, serve down up the tee, backhand return by Jovic, looped back by Paolini. Jovic a forehand up the middle, Paolini able to defend it back. Two-handed backhand of Jovic, straight up the middle. These two ladies go here. Now Paolini changes direction, but misses a forehand that she tried to steer into the deuce court corner. I do like how on his way out, Ghosty gave us a like and subscribe. Always like and subscribe, please. Here's Paolini. Serve to the backhand of Jovic. Good depth on that return. Picked up by Paolini. Off forehand, Jovic hits it well. And it's a forehand winner by Jovic. So here we go again with Eva. 2 break points to try to stay in this set. 15-40. She's 0 for 5 on break points in this set. Can she finally get one? Paolini makes the serve, and again, a blocked return. It's missed long by Jovic. Now 0 for 6. Still a chance right here. Can the 17-year-old dig deep? Paolini with a first serve. Backhand return made by Jovic. Forehand Paolini. Jovic goes big on the forehand and misses marginally. Deuce court corner. That's where she had a big miss in the last return game. And now you have to wonder how much of this is starting to become just mental for Jovic. 0 for 7. Paolini serves. Jovic cannot make the return. Forehand is hit long up the middle, and Paolini now, after saving 2 break points, has a set point. The experienced Italian, set point, and wraps it up with an ace up the tee. So Jasmine Paolini grabbed a very early lead, and she defended it well, fought off 7 break points throughout the set, and 6-3 goes the first stanza here, the 7 seed from Italy, often running with a lead on the teenager Jovic. We'll step away and return for set 2.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered. Whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Hey, thanks for taking the time to, well, you haven't got any choice actually. I'm just talking at you if you like. But I'm here also to present to you why I think it's not a bad idea and not that expensive as well if you become a member. And this is how you can do it, and this is what you can gain. So if we look here at the Talking Tennis sort of home page, if you like, on YouTube, we can see this little button here which says join. It is also pinned in the live chat as well, and you can also, I think, see it just below most of our videos, certainly the live ones and so on. Now, Why is it a good idea to join and become a member? Well, in the live chat, you can add little funny things, you can add emojis and all sorts of things, but possibly more importantly, you can get to access some live videos, such as this one here, where we look back on the last sort of few moments from the Billie Jean King Cup. So there are little bonuses such as this one, but there are many, many more. And in fact, if we have a quick look at all of the members only stuff, I repeat, you will see very, very quickly some of the top stuff that we've had for members only over the last 12 months since the channel began. Remember, these videos are for members only. You can become a member from as little as about $2 a month, €2 a month, £2 a month, something like that. There are various different things. Oh, and by the way, you'll also be supporting the channel. So it's a win, 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 win scenario. Let me just show you some of the members only stuff. For example, we've got an exclusive little clip there talking to Laura Siegmund, Laura Tsurenko, her encore interview, some doubles footage there from Monastir, the Germany press conference pre-tournament Billie Jean King Cup, Claire Burrell talking as well to the media in her press conference in Monastir, Storm Hunter and Alicia Parks interview, Rebecca Masarova, her press conference, Coco Gauff, exclusive for members only, albeit it was in Madrid. But these are just some of the things, some of the interviews and etc. Like Lestien here, a chat with him, Emma Navarro, and so on and so forth. So many little bonus videos available for just €2 a month. So, what are you waiting for? Become a member. Or don't. It's okay.
Yes, the great question. What are you waiting for? Become a member, get all of that cool stuff. Certainly subscribe to the channel. It's the best tennis YouTube channel out there. And again, I say this every time, and I always follow it up by saying, I'm not being paid to say that. As someone who pays attention to almost every sport on the planet, commentates on just about every sport on the planet, I need my opportunities to commentate on tennis are not always there. And when I do, because I can't pay attention to every in and out of the sport, anytime I need information, I come to this channel. It's the best place to come. So, anyhow, we are into the first game of the second set, and I'm afraid to relay the information that the 17-year-old Iva Jovic is down a break point. Trying to save it at 30-40, serving here, I should say, at the far end. And Paolini makes a forehand winner on the return. So just as she did in the opening return game of the first set, Paolini claims an immediate break here to start the second. So Jasmine Paolini goes up a set and a break in 45 minutes on the 17-year-old Jovic. And unless Jovic is able to find a way to scrap and claw her way back, this could be a very short evening on Armstrong. Paolini now will look to consolidate the break. And here she goes in her black kit, far end, serving out wide. Jovic makes the return. Paolini backpedaling off forehand and looped back defensively by Jovic, and Paolini just eats that short ball up, pounds a forehand winner up the line. It's 15-love. Sport and politics. Will you be doing commentaries during the World Cup next year? I certainly hope so, and I, at the moment, being, a little less than a year out, I am preparing as if I am. Paolini misses the first serve. Here comes the second, kicked it out wide, and the return by Jovic with the backhand pushed into the net. Peaches here. I was at the Pinko-Taylor match. It was dramatic. Yeah, that's a heck of a win for Taylor. The career resurgence from Taylor Townsend has been highly unexpected, at least on my part, but terrific for her as Paolini, great placement of that first serve. Jovic had to reach all the way out to make the return, made Paolini run to hit the forehand. Now Jovic gets that back, and Paolini, waiting for it, takes it out of the air and hits a swinging volley winner, and Paolini is in no way wanting to extend this match any longer than she feels it needs to be. She is wanting to get in, get it done, and get off the court. 40 love, she's ahead as she looks to consolidate the early break here in this second set. Misses the first serve here. Here's her second. That's into the net, so it was a let on the first serve. Beg your pardon. Now here comes the second serve. Paolini puts that into a cross-court backhand by Jovic, who steps in towards the net, has to hit a half volley, and does. It's a winner on the half volley from Jovic, and it's 40-15. Extremely excited for that World Cup next year here in North America. Now, I don't know how excited I am that they've gone to 48 teams, and bigger is not always better, as unfortunately a bunch of people in sports can't seem to grasp. Here's Paolini. 40-15 serve. Jovic whips the forehand return, and I think that dipped on the line. That's another let on the serve. You know, there's a let on the serve. I can't hear it. Paolini serves and misses that second serve long. So it's a double fault from Paolini. She's invited Jovic back into this game now. From 40 love to 40-30. Like the college football playoff. It was at 4, now it's at 12. Now there's talks of it being like 24 or 28. Are you kidding? Paolini serves. Forehand return by Jovic. Paolini, cross-court backhand, misses there. So Jovic with 3 points on the trot. Back to deuce we go. Just feel if Jovic could win these big points, she'd be right there in it. I know that's not exactly 5-star analysis if anyone could win the big points, but she's had so many chances. Paolini serves. Jovic with the backhand return. Looped forehand by Paolini. Takes Jovic on a back pedal. Now a forehand by Paolini cross-court. Jovic steers it back cross-court. Paolini does the same, pounding it away on cross-court forehands. Now up the middle goes Jovic. Paolini stamps that forehand, and going up the line and missing is Jovic. Paolini with the advantage now. But yes, we don't need to keep opening up tournaments. Like 32 was a good number. We don't need to invite everyone here to World Cups. Paolini's first serve misses. Extremely excited for it, though. It's going to be hot, as a lot of players, a lot of European players learned during that Club World Cup thing that they tried to do this summer. Paolini with the serve. Making the return is Jovic into a rally. Jovic with a deep forehand, short ball Paolini, and Jovic takes advantage of it. Cross-court backhand winner. Back at deuce again. The draw is apparently going to be here in a couple of months in D.C. They're talking about having it at the Sphere in Vegas, but I think it's going to be in D.C. The draw is. Paolini with the serve. Jovic cannot make the return. It's into the net. And, of course, you're going to have July 4th matches in Philadelphia, so it's going to be the 250th anniversary of America gaining their independence, and you're going to have World Cup matches in Philadelphia on that 4th of July. It's going to be quite the scene. There's going to be a lot of great, spectacular scenes like that here in this country around sports next year. Paolini with the serve. Backhand return by Jovic, and Paolini's very upset with herself as she sticks a backhand into the net, so we're at deuce again. So just as I was saying that Paolini, acting as if she has a reservation for dinner to make and trying to fly along through this match, she has suffered a couple of setbacks here in this game that's lasted nearly 6 minutes, serving here and missing. Second serve, Jovic makes the return. Paolini with the backhand. Jovic racing and getting down low to get to the backhand, but she puts it into the net. Advantage Paolini trying to wrap this up. Incredibly high ball toss, and the return by Jovic flies wide. So Paolini works over 6 minutes in that game to hold serve, but she does consolidate the break. Still up a set and a break here on Armstrong. 2-love in the second on Jovic. Andreeva has wrapped it up against Potapova. 1-3. I am being shown. As here's Jovic serving here into the net. Needs something to go her way. She has been in a bunch of Paolini return games. She has not been able to crack it down. Here's a big forehand return by Paolini. Jovic defends it back. Big backhand Paolini. Jovic reaches out backhand, and Paolini's there at the net to meet it with a winning volley. Paolini really attacking on both wings there, and then ends up hitting heck of a volley in the end. As we know, very comfortable and very good at the net. Here's Jovic serving. Misses there. Yeah. Sport and Politics asking, where's Ghosty and Jane? They're running out of time to get here the way Paolini's going. Of course, Ghosty was here earlier. Family coming first there. He stopped by to say hi and then left. Jovic serve out wide. Oh, Paolini has whacked a return winner, off forehand winner there on the return, and it's love 30. Now, there's plenty of great Italian restaurants in New York, as we know, so perhaps Paolini does have a reservation for dinner at one of those great Italian places or elsewhere. But she is acting as if she'd like to wrap this up within the next 20 minutes or so. Jovic has missed the first serve here. Second serve coming, love 30 down. Puts that into the forehand of Paolini. Deep return. Up the middle goes Jovic. Short ball. Paolini. Big forehand. Jovic defends it back. Paolini lets it drop. Cross court the forehand. Squash shot by Jovic. Paolini takes it out of the air. Big backhand whacked cross court. And Jovic can't control that and put it back in play. It's love 40. 3 break points for Paolini. Something that she never did in that first set after getting a quick break. She never did go a double break up. Has a chance to do it right here. Jovic staring at love 40. Toss up, serve down. Backhand return up the middle from Paolini. Steered back on the forehand of Jovic. Deep forehand by Paolini, who neutralizes the point by getting that ball deep. And Jovic keeps getting it back to her. Now Paolini hits a backhand winner up the line, and there is the double break. So going 3-love up here in the second set is Jasmine Paolini, and in full and complete control of this second round match. Second ever meeting between these two. They played earlier this year in Indian Wells. Paolini got the win. And it certainly would seem as if Paolini is on her way to getting this win as well. It'll be very interesting to watch the progression of Iva Jovic over the next handful of months into the next year, couple of years, and see how she can progress. She is in the top 100 in the world. By the way, she did take a set from Paolini in that Indian Wells match earlier this year in March. But let's see how she progresses. She's obviously very talented. Mentioned the two junior doubles Grand Slam titles that she won in Melbourne and Wimbledon. She's made the main draw at every slam this year, so she's getting some big match kind of experience. Mentioned she's in the top 100. She's 73rd in the world. And again, at so young. She'll turn 18 in December. Paolini serves out wide. Jovic makes the return. Looped forehand, Paolini. Big backhand up the middle by Jovic. Paolini strikes it back. Cross court going Jovic. Just dropped inside the line. Paolini defends that back. Another big forehand from Jovic on the shoelaces of the Paolini sneaker. And she can only whack that return wide. Love 15. Paolini serves, misses that one long. Sport and politics. I have not been to New York. I am not a fan of planes. As Paolini serves. Sharp backhand return by Jovic. Paolini gets it back. Short ball by Jovic. Forehand up the line from Paolini. Jovic gets it back into the middle of the court. Now goes cross court with a forehand. Sharp angle Paolini. Sliced back by Jovic. Backhand Paolini. Squash shot back by Jovic. Approach backhand by Paolini. Jovic gets it back. Paolini's there at the net and puts away the volley. She is so good at the net. It's 15 all. Peaches says, I was cheering both ladies and Taylor told me to pick a side, but I was wearing my Team Pinko shirt. Wow. $15 all here. Paolini serves up the tee. Jovic blocks the return back. Backpedaling forehand Paolini. Jovic steers it up the middle. Paolini went very big on the forehand. Too big. It's 15-30. Jake asks, what were your thoughts on the spirited comeback from Man United in the second half? It is amazing how it takes them being down 1 or 2-0 for them to start playing. Feels like the last couple of years they'll get 2-0 down and then they will show enough to get back into the game, even equalize. I feel like there was a game maybe at home 1 year, 2 years ago against Brentford. They were 2-0 down and came back to win 3-2. I might be just making that up. But it's just terrible. Paolini with a double fault here. So out of nowhere, facing 2 break points. She is up a double break here in this set at 3-love, but 2 break points here. This is where Jovic got many times in the first set to break point, but she was 0 for 7 on those break points in the first set. Paolini out wide, misses the first serve here. Here comes the second, wasting no time. Falls into the service motion. Forehand return Jovic. Forehand off the let cord Paolini. Cross-court backhand deep from Jovic. The backhand there misses from Paolini. And finally, Jovic is able to convert one and get a break. Clinches the fist with the left hand as Jovic gets one of the breaks back. And right as we hit the 60-minute mark of this match, Jovic finally able to find a crack and break the Paolini serve. Paolini still up a break in this second set at 3-1. Now, a little bit of momentum in her corner. Can Jovic keep riding that momentum? Backhand return by Paolini. Backhand up the middle from Jovic. Steered back by Paolini, who now it's a forehand up the line, and Jovic caught flat-footed. Can't get to that. It's a forehand winner from Paolini. John asked the question to Jake, what do you know about Jovic? Jake says, became aware of her properly at the 2024 U.S. Open Juniors. Think she made the semis. Dynamic mover, but when I watched her, she didn't have a great deal of weapons. Interested to see how that develops. She misses the first serve here. Lots of U.S. tennis fans have waxed lyrical about her. Well, look at you. The Should I say that the diction there was very good? Here's Jovic into the net. We got caught up on the word diction last time I was on here. So, second serve here is into the net from Jovic. She's double faulted here, so after getting a break back, she is love 30 down. Paolini talking to herself here as she awaits this Jovic serve. And she can't find that one as it goes long. Here comes the second serve. Jovic able to put that in. Paolini attacks with the forehand up the middle from Jovic. Forehand by Paolini. Flat forehand from Jovic. Looped back by Paolini. They pound away at the forehand. Jovic goes to the deuce court. So too does Paolini. Now Jovic up the line. Forehand misses. It's into the net. Paolini will have many chances to get that double break right back. It's love 40. Jake says, haven't seen Jovic that much since the juniors, but her serve was a considerable weakness in juniors, too. It certainly isn't popping off the screen. She misses it here. Here comes the second serve now, facing 3 break points for young Eva. Second serve is there. Paolini and off forehand. Shoveled back by Jovic. Backhand cross-court Paolini to the backhand of Jovic. Up the line Paolini. Jovic sprints to get to it. It's a short ball that Paolini eats up. Hits a forehand winner into the ad court and immediately gets that second break back. It's 4-1 in this second set to Jasmine Paolini. Finish line getting ever closer for her. Just over the hour mark, and she's 6-3, 4-1 up on Eva Jovic. Jake asks, is Jovic's serve still pretty bad? Haven't watched her in months. Yeah, it's like I just said, it's not popping off the screen, and it's not troubling Paolini at all. 17 years old, so hopefully, and I'm sure still growing as well, and certainly still growing as a tennis player. And hopefully she'll be able to clean up the parts that she needs to of her game and work her way into a contender in the coming years. So after the change of ends, 2 players get up from their seats. Jake says, don't want to turn this into a Man United stream, but I'll pose a question to Silky and Matthew. How many players have looked better in this in the Amorim system? I can't speak to that just because, and I know this is going to be sacrilegious to some people, when you follow as many sports as I do, and you have an allegiance, or this allegiance that at least I think I have to Manchester United, and they're playing this pitiful, I haven't bothered watching much this year. Really haven't. As Jovic, let that backhand fly out from Paolini. Love 15. She let that go, and I didn't know if it was going to drop out or not, but it did. Serve out wide. Jovic makes the return. Cross court the backhand. Paolini shoveled back by Jovic. Paolini just keeps pushing her back with that backhand cross court, and eventually Jovic just can't get it into play. It's 15-all. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't speak to a lot of what's gone wrong this season, even though it's obviously very early, as Paolini tries to slide this serve in up the tee, but it misses just because I haven't watched a lot of anything. I watched none of the Fulham game. Second serve, she does slide it in up the tee, went with the same serve at the same placement, just made it. Jovic makes the return, slapping a forehand. Cross court is Paolini, and Jovic slides into it. Forehand is into the net. Jake said to me, you can name 1 or 2 at a push, and that's it. All I know from the Fulham game is that Fernandez missed a penalty apparently wildly. Serve out wide, Paolini. Batted back by Jovic. Forehand deep, Paolini. Comes to the net. Oh, Jovic passes her. Forehand pass there from Jovic to get to 30-all. Jake understands if you want to protect your mental health, just don't watch United. Stick to watching Tatiana Maria with her gorgeous slice, yes. Feels like just yesterday, Tatiana Maria was making a deep run at Wimbledon. 30-all, Paolini. Misses the first serve. And misses the second one as well. It's into the net. So Jovic with another break point. Story of this match is going to be the amount of break chances that Jovic did have that she didn't convert. Paolini, a good serve out wide. Jovic makes the return cross court. Backhand Paolini, guided back but wide from Jovic. So missing another one. I'm starting to lose count because we've had so many. Believe that makes Jovic 1 for 9 on break opportunities. And we're back to deuce. Here's Paolini. High ball toss, serve down, backhand return by Jovic. Paolini strikes it deep. Jovic a forehand up the middle goes long. And Paolini will have a chance for 5-1. Bamboozling power hitters left, right, and center. It was a terrific run. Paolini serves into the net. Here's her second serve. High ball toss. Comes down and knocks it in. Forehand return by Jovic at the let court. Gave Paolini time to get to it. Jovic strikes a cross-court forehand. Paolini with a high ball back. Backhand by Jovic to the backhand of Paolini. Cross-court goes Paolini now with the backhand. But it's missed wide, and we're at deuce again. Alcaraz, by the way, 6-1 and 4 love on Bellucci. Give Alcaraz some grief sometimes, I do, about how he doesn't make matches as easy as he should, but not having that problem tonight, it would seem. Paolini, good depth on that serve. Making the return was Jovic to start the rally. Awkward-looking forehand there by Paolini was very short. Jovic wanders up to it pretty easily and puts it away with a backhand winner. And a break chance again for Jovic. It's a very awkward-looking forehand in the middle of that rally from Paolini. It's like she didn't swing her hips to it and ended up very short. Makes the serve here. Jovic on the return. Forehand Paolini. Deep backhand by Jovic. Looped back by Paolini. Again off forehand Jovic. Paolini reaches out on the stretch. Gets the backhand back, and Jovic is into the net on the forehand. That's a shame. She constructed a really good point there, did Jovic. There's been a handful of occasions of that tonight that you feel it's just been... She's just missing that final step. She's constructed good points and then at times gotten too impatient, gotten to many break points, but haven't been able to convert them. So, deuce serve from Paolini out wide. Great placement, making the return Jovic. For and up the line winner from Paolini. That's the best 1-2 that Paolini has shown tonight. She puts it right dead on the line on the forehand winner. And again, has a point for 5-1. Here she is. High ball toss. Serve down. Up the tee. Jovic's return is wild and long, and Paolini does go 5-1 ahead in this second set. So she's nearly to that finish line. Jake says, can't watch any of the tennis as I'm in work, but luckily have Talking Tennis royalty guiding me through the match. And Ashley is here. Hello to you. As here is Jovic. serving into the net. By the way, Sport and Politics earlier said he's more Formula One than NASCAR. I respect your Formula One fandom, just as I respect anyone. I could give you many reasons, though, why NASCAR is much more entertaining. But we won't get into that at this current moment now, as Jovic on the serve. I am Paolini whips the return winner. Iva Jovic's time here on Armstrong and in this U.S. Open seemed to be running short. Good depth on this serve. Backhand return, Paolini. Deep ball there by Paolini. Backpedaling forehand by Jovic, who's now on the run. Hits a backhand right to Paolini, stepping into a forehand, which she had a lot of court to work with, Paolini, but she puts it into the net. And it's 15-all. Yeah, great to have Peaches in the comments there earlier for Taylor Townsend and Yelena Ostapenko. Here's Jovic again at 15-all. Serve to the forehand of Paolini, which is looped back. Flat backhand by Jovic. Cross court goes Paolini. Up the line. Jovic backhand is a winner. It's 30-15 as she attempts to stay in this match. She goes, Jovic. Toss up, serve down, out wide. Paolini's return is rocketed wide. Tried to go up the line with the backhand, but misses it. It's 40-15. Jovic at least trying to extend her stay by one more game, as we're just inside the hour and quarter mark of this match. 113, serve out wide. Paolini reaches at the return. Cross-court the backhand, Jovic. Paolini stretches on the backhand, misses that one into the net. So Jovic holds for 5-2. And they'll change sides. Paolini will have a chance to serve this one out. Tomorrow, by the way, order of play on Ash opens up at 11:30 local time with Iga Swiatek. Iga to take on Susan Leymans. I hope I am saying that correctly. Yannick Sinner against Alexei Poprin. And the night session on Ash will include Coco Gauff battling with Donna Vekic. And Tommy Paul also in action on Ash tomorrow night. Armstrong's set includes Musetti against Goffin, Osaka and Baptiste. That could be an interesting one. Zverev and Fernley. Now, let me come back to Zverev and Fernley here in just a moment. And then Anisimova and Joint. I don't know how many people in the tennis world are high on Jake Fernley, but I am. I'm extremely high on Jake Fernley, so I called his match at Wimbledon last year when he took a set off of Novak Djokovic. And granted, I know Djokovic here in the last, 3 to 5 years, he's been dropping more sets in majors than we were accustomed to him. He did today or yesterday or whenever that was. I think it was today. It was today, right? But I'm really impressed with Fernley. Here's Paolini serving for the match. Backhand return by Jovic. Good depth on it. Paolini gets it back up to the net. Comes Jovic. And is she able to guide that volley cross court for a winner? She is. It's love 15. Fernley played collegiately in the States at Texas Christian University, TCU, in Fort Worth, Texas. Paolini with a serve up the tee misses, but I really like Fernley. Beat Bautista Agut in about 3.5 hours in his first round match. Up the tee goes Paolini. Good serve there, and it can't be returned back by Jovic. It's into the net. 15-all. Paolini with the high ball toss. Serve out wide. It's just made it. Jovic, good deep return. Backpedaling forehand by Paolini. The backhand is shoveled back by Jovic. High ball from Paolini. Off forehand. Struck extremely well by Jovic, who comes to the net. Hits a volley. Paolini's there. And another volley hit. And this is a winner from Jovic, who is at the net. Sticks the racket head straight up into the air. And it's a winning volley, her second volley winner in this game. 15-30. It's what you just never know about this game, is that there could be unforeseen twists and turns. Can't take a knee to run out the clock here, can you? You can't hold on to the ball to run out the clock in this sport. You do have to finish it. Even the most experienced players at times find ways to not be able to finish. Paolini serves. Backhand return to Jovic. Oh, she's overcooked that one. 30-all. Ashley asking, who are your picks for the title? I feel like it's extremely easy to say Jannik Sinner. Maybe too easy. Paolini serves. Backhand return by Jovic up the middle. Oh, and into the net. There goes Paolini with the backhand. So Jovic down a double break. Break point here. She's just 1 for 10 on break points in this match. Here's a chance for her to get one back. Paolini misses the first serve. Take your pick right now on the women's side. I think I have to default to Iga because of the run she's on. Paolini makes this serve. Big return, Jovic. Forehand off balance there from Paolini. Jovic hits a forehand winner up the line and extends this match further as she gets one break back. 82-mile-an-hour forehand winner from Iva Jovic. She's won a couple games in a row. She's still in it. She'll serve at 3-5. Jake says it will be interesting to see how high Jovic goes in the rankings. There'll be certain matches that will require her not to just play back foot tennis. Serve has to improve. You're absolutely right about that. Paolini makes this return. It's deep. Jovic gets it back. Here's a drop shot from Paolini. I think that's the first one she's hit tonight, and she's hit it well. Jovic can't get to it. It's love 15. So yeah, I think I guess I have to default. This is not a fun answer. The fun answers are when you go out on limbs. So this is not a fun answer, but I think I default to Sinner and Swiatek, the two Wimbledon champions, to rule New York. Serve out wide here. Paolini makes the return. Into the net goes Jovic, and it's love 30. Paolini has been in many of these return games tonight. To Jake's point, the serve just isn't there right now for young Jovic. Paolini's 2 points away. We played into our 80th minute. Jovic serves off the let cord. Does that land in? Oh, it did. You don't want to let Iga get on a run and on a roll. And she clearly did that through Wimbledon and Cincinnati. Confidence at a high. Big serve there. Paolini makes the return. Oh, and into the net goes Jovic there with the backhand, and Jasmine Paolini at love 40 with 3 match points. Jovic had a bit of momentum going her way there after winning a couple of games in a row. I think maybe the set could still be in play, but it's love 40 and Paolini's trying to finish it. Jovic serves into the net. Second serve for Jovic. Paolini hoping to attack. See if she can. Jovic serves. Paolini with the forehand return. Jovic goes up the middle with a forehand. Wow, and awkwardly landed right at the feet, under the feet of Paolini. And she's unable to stick the forehand back in play. So Jovic able to save a match point. Still 2 more to go, however. It's 15-40. Paolini twirls the racket in her hand. Slanted eyes as she waits for the serve, which goes out wide and goes right past her. Jovic with an ace. Is that her second ace of the match? We barely had any aces. 2 match points saved. Paolini gazes over on the other side of the net. Jovic serves up the tee and it misses. Second serve now, Jovic. Toss up, serve down. Paolini can't make the return. It's guided into the net. Jovic just saved 3 match points, and it's deuce here. Just never know. You just never know. Jovic at the far end. Serves it to the forehand of Paolini, which goes off the let cord, and so unfortunate is Jovic here as it dies over on her side of the net. She can't scramble to it. Paolini throws up the hand in fake apology. It's a return winner in the end from Paolini to gain a 4th match point. That's really unfortunate the way Jovic has clawed back in this game, only for that to happen, and now she's down match point again. Can she save a 4th? Serves up the tee. Paolini makes the return off forehand from Jovic. Paolini hammers away at the backhand. Backpedaling backhand there by Jovic up the middle. Paolini strikes a forehand. Up the middle, Paolini goes to the backhand. Steered back cross-court forehand by Jovic. Another one cross-court. Paolini defends it back. Jovic with a deep forehand. Paolini absorbs it but puts it into the net with the backhand. And Jovic has saved 4 of these now. Winner of this match gets the winner of Kessler and Vondrousova, which is going on as we speak. Vondrousova's actually taken the first set in a tiebreak. It's a very intriguing part of the draw that these two are in. Jovic has kept herself alive here by saving 4 match points. She misses a first serve here, and that may have clocked in as her hardest serve so far of the match at 105. Here comes her second serve. Puts it in out wide. Didn't take a ton off of it. Paolini made the return. Up the middle goes Jovic. Paolini's into the net. Backhand error into the net. And now Jovic a game point to really put some scoreboard pressure on Paolini. If she can wrap up this game, and then Paolini would really feel that number growing larger. Jovic out wide, misses the serve. Comes the second from Jovic. A point here for 4-5. Toss up, serve kicked down, out wide, misses. Terrible time for a double there. It's back to deuce. It's good for her to be getting this kind of experience, though, Jovic. Serves to Paolini, who runs around the backhand to hit a forehand. Sharp forehand there by Jovic. Off forehand, Paolini. Jovic gets it back. Slice back in up the line. Paolini hasn't gone with that much tonight. Here's a cross-court forehand by Paolini. Jovic sticks it right back cross-court, and Paolini can't get it back in play. Jovic is finding her angles here late in this match. Advantage to Jovic again. Here she goes. Jovic serves out wide. Paolini a backhand return. Up the middle goes Jovic. Backhand Paolini. Now up the line. Jovic puts Paolini on the run. Hits a great forehand. Defended back by Jovic. Paolini steps into an off forehand. Jovic defends it back again. Paolini's there. Lets it drop. Forehand winner from the Italian. Deuce again. I mentioned the interesting part of this draw that these two are in. They play the winner of Kessler Vondrousova, as I said, and then whoever gets through that third round would have the winner of Rybakina Raducanu. What a spicy third rounder that could be between Rybakina and Raducanu. I think I actually have Raducanu winning that match. Lost a lot of faith in Rybakina of late. Jovic makes the return out wide. Paolini with the return into a rally at deuce here. Backpedaling forehand up the middle by Jovic. Up the middle goes Paolini with the forehand. Jovic strikes it right back that way. Cross-court forehand Paolini. Jovic has the forehand of her own. No backhands hit so far in this rally, and then this forehand goes awry from Jovic. She misses it long, and now Paolini with a fifth chance to put a bow on this. Just like with Jovic letting all the break points slide by, I think Paolini's a bit annoyed that she's had 4 chances to finish this match and hasn't converted on them. Will the 5th time be the charm? Let's see. Jovic at the far end, getting some good experience here on a big court like this at a slam against a player like this. Serve out wide. Paolini blocks the return back. Big backhand by Jovic roped. Paolini defends it back. Here's an drop shot forehand there by Jovic. Paolini's there to cover. Paolini and Jovic is into the net of the forehand as Paolini was coming into the net, and that's how it ends. That's one of the wilder points that we had seen of the entire match. Paolini with an awkward shot and immediately came to the net, and it was a sharp-angled shot by Jovic, which was into the net, and Jasmine Paolini, friend of the show, wraps it up in straight sets to move forward into the 3rd round in Sabalenka's quarter of the draw. She maneuvers her way through the teenager Jovic. Again, we'll play the winner of Marketa Vondrousova and McCartney Kessler in the 3rd round. Again, Vondrousova's up a set on Kessler, took the first set in a tiebreak. And this is a very intriguing part of the draw. You have Mertens up there beating Sun today. You'll have Sabalenka, you would certainly expect. Perhaps Sabalenka and Leylah Fernandez is a 3rd round matchup in this part of the draw. Paolini has never made it to the quarterfinals here at the U.S. Open. Maybe this is the year to do it. She's going to have to beat obviously a good player in the 3rd round, whether it's Kessler or, of course, a major champion in Vondrousova. And if she gets past that, then you get another major champion either way with Rybakina and Raducanu. And then if only she survives that, more than likely, Sabalenka in that quarterfinal. So Jasmine Paolini takes the Italian flag into the 3rd round here. And Iva Jovic, as I mentioned, big for her to be on a big court like this on Armstrong, playing a top-ranked player, top 10 player with all the experience that Paolini has. Get that kind of experience, and we'll see what the future holds for Iva, who goes down here tonight 6-3 and 6-4. Again, had her chances against Jasmine Paolini as the match went on, just couldn't quite finish the big points that she needed to here. So it's Paolini moving on. Is there any more to be on the channel tonight, I ask? Curiously, to see if we'll have any other streams going on tonight. Alcaraz is up, blew away Bellucci 6-1 and 6-love in the first 2 sets. They're at 2-all in the 3rd. But yes, I do ask curiously. Okay, very good. So not tonight, so we're done until tomorrow on the channel. Very good, thank you. And I'll be on tomorrow night. And we'll be very, very interested to see Coco Gauff tomorrow night. So do hope you'll pop the channel on wherever you are. Put the earbuds in if necessary while at work. And tune into the channel tomorrow for all the action. And then join us tomorrow night, just right around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have Coco Gauff and Donna Vekic here for you from Ash in the 2nd round tomorrow. Of course, Coco really had to sweat it out against Tomljanovic 7-5 in the third. Took nearly 3 hours to beat Isla. We'll see what she has tomorrow against Vekic. So hope you'll join us for that and all the action on the channel tomorrow for day 5 at the Open. That is it for us tonight. Big thanks to John as always. Big thanks to you for joining and commenting. Jasmine Paolini, strong performance, 6-3 and 6-4 over Eva Jovic. Paolini advances to the third round. We will see you tomorrow. Until now, good night from New York.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.